What if I told you that one country holds some of the oldest evidence of human life on Earth? Breathtaking coastlines where two oceans meet, cities built on gold, wildlife known around the world, and a history marked by struggle, courage, resistance, and hope. Welcome to South Africa. A land of ancient origins, a land of mountains and oceans, a land of many cultures, many languages, and unforgettable stories. This is the Rainbow Nation. Welcome to the daily life, where every nation has a story, every culture has a voice, and every journey reveals something extraordinary. Today, we continue our journey across Africa with South Africa, one of the continent's most beautiful, complex, influential, and unforgettable nations. Before we begin this incredible journey, if you enjoy discovering history, geography, culture, travel, wildlife, and the hidden stories that shape our world, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We are exploring every nation in Africa, one remarkable story at a time. Now, let's begin. South Africa anchors the southern tip of the African continent, a crossroads between Atlantic and Indian Oceans. It touches Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Eswatini, and fully surrounds Lesotho, a mountain kingdom within its borders. Here, cold and warm currents sculpt fisheries, weather, and coastal life. The Cape of Good Hope became a beacon for navigators, a hinge for global trade routes. Centuries of ships rounded this headland to connect Europe, Africa, and Asia, bringing goods, ideas, and people. Location fueled trade, migration, and contact with the world, an asset and a responsibility. From sea lanes to skies, South Africa sits where journeys converge. A mountain at the edge of an ocean, Table Mountain frames a city born from a bay. The Cape Peninsula unfurls into the garden route, cliffs, lagoons, forests, and surf. Ancient Afromontane forests hold stories in their shade. To the east, the Drakensberg rises, a basalt wall shaping rivers, weather, and borders. Carved from stone and time, Blyde River Canyon is among the world's great green gorges. The high veld and a high open heartland enabled railways, farming, and cities. Drop eastward, and the low veld warms into wildlife country. The Karoo, spare and star-filled, tested resilience and rewarded adaptation. Terrain decided where people settled, which crops could grow, and where wildlife found refuge. Mountains guarded water, plateaus carried rails and roads, coasts opened doors to the world. The southwest breathes a Mediterranean rhythm, winter rains, dry summers, and vines that thrive. Along the east, humid subtropical air feeds sugarcane, mangroves, and summer storms. Inland, semi-arid lands demand careful water and tough crops. Mountains make their own weather, cool, capricious, and life-giving to rivers. Savannas swing between dry and wet, guiding migrations and harvests. Climate shapes plates and paychecks. From wine and fruit to tourism seasons and city reservoirs, daily life follows the weather's clock, follows the South Africa shelters an arc of life, and from fynbos flowers to giants of the savannah. The famed Big Five, once named for hunters, are now icons for protection and wonder. Hluluwe Imfolozi led rhino recovery against the odds. In Addo, elephants rule the dust and the dunes. On cold Atlantic shores, penguins nest within human neighborhoods. Wetlands, reefs, and dunes braid together a UNESCO mosaic. Whales migrate by the cliffs. Sharks patrol nutrient-rich waters. Conservation is work, science, patrols, partnerships, and communities. Ecotourism shares income and purpose, turning visitors into allies. Data, corridors, and care keep wild systems whole. Here, the night still speaks in the oldest voices on earth. Before nations, before flags, before cities, before written history, this land was already part of the human journey. The Cradle of Humankind holds remains of ancient hominins, clues to how we stood, made tools, and wondered. Sterkfontein's limestone vaults have yielded treasures that redraw our family tree. These fossils speak beyond borders, a story belonging to everyone. In this landscape, our ancestors tested minds and hands against the wild. The ground remembers, we listen. Sandrock Art records hunts, dances and faith, a gallery beneath open sky. For millennia, San and Khoikhoi shaped life around water, movement and memory. Cattle herding and exchange-bound people to seasons and roots, waves of Bantu-speaking peoples brought farming, ironworking, and new social worlds. Villages grew, trade paths linked coast to interior. Diversity deepened to many languages, many lineages, changing and enduring across centuries. Continuity lives in stories carried from mouth to ear, from past to present. Sailors chased spice and profit around a dangerous corner of Africa. In 1652, the Dutch East India Company built a refreshment station. Seeds of a colony. First contacts, mixed trade, mistrust, and profound consequences. Slavery powered the settlement, lives captured from across Africa and Asia. Cape society fused languages, cuisines, and customs amid inequality and change. The sea that connected worlds also reshaped this shore. British rule reshaped frontiers and laws at the Cape. On contested margins, settlers built fences. Communities defended fields and grazing. The Xhosa Wars spanned decades, cycles of invasion, resistance, and loss. Trekker communities moved inland, founding Boer republics in search of autonomy. Maps hardened into borders, borders into claims over land and labor. The frontier left scars in landscapes and memory. In the early 1800s, the Zulu kingdom rose under leaders who forged unity and discipline. Shaka's reforms shaped tactics, society, and regional power. Imperial ambitions collided with African sovereignty. At Isandlwana, Zulu regiments won a stunning victory in 1879. The war turned on, resistance endured, costs mounted. These hills remember courage on every side. Diamonds at Kimberley drew fortune seekers and corporations to the interior. The ground split open, a new economy poured out. On the Witwatersrand, gold transformed hills into Johannesburg, a city built on awe and audacity. Mines demanded machines, money, and masses of labor. Rails stitched the interior to ports. Banks rose to move capital and control risk. A racialized labor system took root. Profits and inequality hardened together. Urbanization accelerated, with promise for some and peril for many. Tensions with Boer republics erupted into war at the turn of the 20th century. Civilians suffered, farms burned, and tactics grew harsh. The aftermath remade politics and lives. In 1910, the Union formed, consolidating power while excluding the black majority from real representation. The modern state advanced with a deep democratic deficit. After 1948, apartheid became law, a system of racial segregation and white minority rule. Signs divided daily life, doorways and destinies. Past laws policed movement, turning work and family visits into risks. Neighborhoods were uprooted, homes leveled, communities scattered. Homelands, or Bantustans, tried to turn citizenship into a patchwork built for control. Schools were separate and unequal, futures rationed by race. Labor was stratified, wages and rights divided by law. Repression enforced the rules. Curfews, raids, fear. Apartheid was not only a political system, it shaped where people could live, where they could work, who they could marry, how they could move, and what future they were allowed to imagine. Distance measured in hours and opportunity. Paperwork controlled presence and absence. Resistance grew wherever dignity was denied. Townships expanded, vibrant yet underserved, creative yet constrained. Faith and community offered strength where law withheld equality. Entrepreneurship stitched livelihoods between barriers. The world debated, protested, and sanctioned, pressure mounting from abroad. Even under limits, learning and teaching became acts of defiance. The economy thrummed, and inequalities hardened. Daily endurance was its own quiet resistance. Dreams refused to be segregated. The future pressed in from every horizon. Movements rose. The African National Congress and allies organizing for rights and representation. Leaders emerged from communities, churches, unions, and schools. Sharpeville shocked the world, a turning point of grief and resolve. In 1976, Soweto's students faced bullets with bravery, demanding dignity and education. Songs carried courage through tear gas and fear. Pressure intensified. Boycotts, art and sport joined the struggle. Across rough water, Robben Island held men whose ideas could not be locked away. Nelson Mandela spent long years here, studying, debating, and refusing to surrender hope. Hard labor scarred bodies and sharpened purpose. Desmond Tutu's moral voice called for justice without vengeance. Steve Biko's ideas of black consciousness affirmed dignity and self-definition. Mothers, workers, students, the struggle was carried by millions. Hope gathered strength even behind bars. Memory lives on walls and in songs, guiding a nation forward. The price was high, the vision endured. Liberation movements were unbanned. Conversations began that could end a century of division. Nelson Mandela walked free, a moment felt around the world. Talks were fragile, courageous, and imperfect, but persistent. In 1994, millions voted together for the first time. Ink marked fingers, and a turning of history's page. A new republic was born, fragile, hopeful, determined. South Africa's constitution enshrines equality, rights and dignity. Pretoria houses the executive. Cape Town convenes the legislature. Bloemfontein carries a historic judicial role. Provinces govern locally. Checks and balances shape national life. Democracy breathes through participation and the rule of law. Cape Town, mountains, oceans, and a history that shaped a nation. Cultures meet in food, faith, and bright facades. Tourism, ports, and ideas flow through its streets. Johannesburg, the city of gold, finance, media, and relentless hustle. Soweto holds history and reinvention side by side. From startups to street art, the city reinvents itself daily. Pretoria, diplomatic capital of bougainvillea and bureaucracy. Policy, research, and public service anchor its identity. Durban, warm water beaches, Africa's busiest port, and rich Zulu and Indian heritage. Flavors tell of journeys across oceans. Gqeberha blends coast, manufacturing, and wildlife gateways. Bloemfontein, central, judicial heritage and academia. Soweto, culture, resilience, and heritage tourism woven together. From township fields to world stages. South Africa is home to many peoples and identities, bound by a shared future. Each community carries unique histories, humor, music, and memory. South Africa recognizes many official languages, including South African Sign Language. Language shapes belonging at the dinner table, in classrooms, and in parliament. Difference is not a wall here, it's a choir. Christian churches anchor many communities with song, service, and solace. Islam's call mingles with sea breeze and city sounds. Hindu rituals color the calendar with light and devotion. Jewish heritage adds depth to civic and cultural life. Traditional beliefs honor ancestors and the seen and unseen. Diversity of spirit mirrors diversity of people. Movement tells memory. Steps learned from ancestors. Clothing speaks language and lineage. Walls become canvases. Homes become galleries. Festivals weave faith and flavor in neighborhood streets. Style is self-definition. Playful, proud, ever new. Family is the nation's smallest parliament. South Africa is not one rhythm, one language, or one story. It is many voices living inside one national journey. Gospel lifts Sunday mornings and spirits for the week ahead. Jazz carried sophistication and protest in smoky rooms. Kwaito gave township youth a beat to claim post-apartheid streets. Amapiano's log drums pulse from bedrooms to global charts. Writers wrestled with conscience, love, and land. Artists paint futures on top of histories. Cinema reframes who tells the story and how it feels. In South Africa, art is not a luxury. It's a way of remembering and imagining. A braai is fire, friendship, and flavor. Savory, spicy, simple, comfort on a plate. From the Cape, spices and sweetness meet in beloved classics. Indian, Dutch, and African influences share the same table. Every dish tells a story of place and people. South African wines carry terroir from mountain to glass. Rugby turned stadiums into places of pride and complicated memory. Football moves to the rhythm of the streets. Cricket threads school fields to world tours. In 2010, the world cheered in South Africa, a month of unity and song. Athletes carry the flag, and debates onto global lanes. From sandlots to arenas, sport is a language of belonging. An African financial hub hums with banks, insurers, and markets. Minerals remain pillars: gold, diamonds, platinum, and coal. Manufacturing spans cars to chemicals, feeding jobs and exports. Services and tech grow nimble and global. Trade moves through busy harbors, linking continents. Informal and formal economies interlock across cities and townships. Tourism turns landscapes and heritage into livelihoods. Citrus, grapes, apples, and stone fruit travel from valleys to the world. Grain and livestock anchor rural economies. Cape winelands blend tradition and innovation. Cooperatives and technology support resilience against drought. Skills and science feed the future. Universities drive research from medicine to astronomy. WITS advances mining safety, health sciences, and deep tech. Innovation lights up solar, wind, and battery research. Engineers build bridges from ideas to industries. Vast radio eyes in the Karoo listen to the universe. Clinicians and scientists tackle diseases with global impact. Youth innovation turns code into companies. Roads knit distant provinces into one economy. Rails move minerals, maize, and manufactured goods. High-speed links tighten city rhythms, an African gateway for travelers and trade. Ports balance global demand with local capacity. Informal transit fills gaps with speed and grit. Infrastructure is the bloodstream of growth. Table Mountain, one view, 1,000 feelings. Robben Island transforms pain into purpose for visitors. Vineyards pair landscapes with flavor. Wildlife lives beside neighborhoods at the Cape. Forests, cliffs, and ocean drive the garden route's legend. In the Drakensberg, trails wander into clouds, vistas that seem to lean into infinity. Kruger's vastness holds quiet moments that reset the soul. Elephants cross the road and your expectations. History of conservation meets living wild. Where oceans argue and horizons stretch, warm sands and welcoming streets. Whales write exclamation marks on the sea. Gardens where finbuzz sings in color. Footsteps over river mouths to the Indian Ocean. In the Karoo, the night becomes a cathedral. In Soweto, history walks beside you. Robben Island, a monument to resilience and reconciliation. Isimangaliso, where lake, forest and ocean embrace. Ukalamba, Drakensberg, art and geology entwined. Mapungubwe, ancient trade, gold and kingship in the north. From the richest plant region to an ancient impact crater and desert culture, heritage spans stone to flower. Mandela and Tutu, moral compasses for a century, music that crossed borders and bands. Global stages echo with South African voices, innovation and athletics that challenge limits, storytellers who shaped imaginations and consciences. South Africa has 3 capital cities. Lesotho is entirely surrounded by South Africa. Multiple official languages celebrate diversity. Human origins, sites change how we see ourselves. Botanical richness, global sport and 2 oceans, all in one country. Johannesburg sprang from the gold beneath its feet. Inequality remains stark. Addresses can still predict outcomes. Unemployment and poverty test patience and policy. Energy shortfalls ripple through homes and businesses. Infrastructure strains under demand and time. Housing backlogs meet migration and urban growth. Education gaps challenge the promise of equality. Crime and safety demand both justice and prevention. Water stress sharpens with climate variability. Land reform seeks fairness while protecting food security. Renewable energy can power inclusive growth and cleaner air. Entrepreneurship turns skills into opportunity. Creative industries export stories and jobs. Efficient corridors shrink distances and costs. Regional trade opens markets across the continent. Tech protects wildlife and grows ecotourism. Science and education fuel long-run transformation. South Africa plays a key role in the African Union and regional diplomacy. BRICS links bring investment, science, and debate. Peacekeeping and mediation extend influence beyond borders. Culture and sport project soft power and pride. Ports and firms connect Africa to global markets. South Africa is not a simple story. It is a story of ancient beginnings, natural beauty, deep wounds, powerful resistance, and ongoing transformation. Where mountains meet oceans, cultures meet history, and the past shapes the future. They are built by people, by memory, by struggle, by hope, and by the courage to imagine a better tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey through South Africa. Please like, subscribe, and share to support this series across all 54 nations next time we travel to Ethiopia. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and every nation has a story worth telling.